Are you ready for this sickness? Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to Economics and Comics. I'm Bill. This is Joel and Mike Massey from GoneWithTheTwins.com. I'm just a regular movie watcher, guys. These guys are real film critics. They take me to all the movies and we talk about it. We just saw STUBER. By the way, they have a new YouTube channel, GoneWithTheTwins.com. Plus, check them, or not .com. It's just Gone with the Twins. And check them out on the internet at GoneWithTheTwins.com. And they have plenty of movie reviews and all that good stuff. So, we'll get right to it.
Well, thanks for bringing us back to your channel.
Yeah, if you guys like this stuff, sub it up. Give us a like. Talk about it. After the movie, come back and say, oh yeah, this was good, this was bad, whatever. So, you know, STUBER, the guy's name's Stu, and he drives an Uber. And
that mashup of... it's a punchline that's now a title. Yeah, and also that title really, and what it means, really tells you the style of humor that this movie has in it. A lot of wordplay, a lot of, well, just also the lowbrow, almost mind-numbingly stupid. However, it still is pretty funny. I think it works. When you go in knowing that you're going to have Dave Bautista paired up with Kumail Nanjiani, I mean, these are two wildly different personas, and, putting them together, you've got the straight man and the funny man, and I think it works. This is not an uncommon buddy cop type of a dynamic, but for me... Their humor is surprisingly well together. Mm-hmm.
I thought, okay.
Ooh, tough critic.
So, Stu, it's almost like, I know he's funny, I've seen him before, but it's almost like the punchlines, some of it was really funny. And I like the movie, but some of it was just dead. Like, I was like, okay, maybe he's trying too hard or something. Even though he wasn't. When you see, you're like, well, he's not really trying hard. But at the same time, you're like, oh, wait, maybe he is trying hard to push that joke. His tone is...
Yeah. It's his style of humor. If you've seen Silicon Valley and you're familiar with his style of humor, it's the same here. I think what they do is they give him all of the punchlines, and there's just such quantity that most of it hits. But you're right, some of it doesn't. Well, you mentioned some dead space. I think that's inherent in a lot of these comedies. They have a lot of one-liners. So what they're doing is just this constant barrage of one-liners. And some of them stick, some of them don't. And when they don't, it's a little bit more noticeable than when they do, right? So, when you walk away from this film, there's not a whole lot of very memorable belly laughs.
Oh, well, I gotta disagree.
No.
There are a couple of pretty funny lines. Actually, there was a lot of humor in it, but you said, belly laughs. There was a couple belly laughs, and they did not come from the main characters. Other characters had funny lines too, and some of them were absolutely hilarious, like just dirty hilarious. When we first got in there, I think the guy said it's a Disney film. After 5 minutes, I'm like, no, it ain't. It's
a heavy R-rated.
There is no way that's Disney. You know what also surprised me though? Tony Jaa. I think that's his name. He's the bad guy.
It's the guy from the Raid. Martial artist from the Raid. Yeah, his name is.
Oh, that's right.
Iko Uwais.
Sorry, don't be mad. I was happy to see him, though.
It's the other martial artist, Bill.
Well, I was happy to see him, and he was very good in the movie, I thought. I mean...
He gets no lines. He's just there to do martial arts against Dave Bautista.
But he lasts the whole movie, which is kind of nice, and he's the main heroin dealer bad guy. But, basically it's, cop, I need the car. You're my Uber. Also, he got LASIK. Yeah. So we can't see at all. Like, the whole movie is like...
So Kumail is now his eyes and
the ride. Yeah. So that was actually pretty funny. I mean, it was a lot of he can't see. I mean, of course, he's going to be blind the entire movie till the very end. Right. But
because without that gimmick, there's no reason to have Kumail's character even in the movie. Ever exit the car. Why would he? Right. So they need a dependence on on the comic relief character. So that's what they use with the whole LASIK eye surgery that lasts about 1 day, and so as the movie wears on, his surgery wears off, and by the very end of it, he can see again. But he becomes dependent on Kumail, and that's where a lot of the physical comedy and slapstick comes from. I will say that. And this happens in a lot of these sorts of comedies, this is a hard R, so there's a lot of violence. And there's actually enough bloody violence and serious situations where characters are, have guns pointed at them and knives pointed at them, and they're in these very detrimental positions. and yet there's no comedic, convincing way to get out of it. So what do they have to do? They have to fall upon fantasy, right? So there's a lot of these scenes where somebody's got a gun to a head, and you have to crack a joke to create some diversion, and then somebody will say
or something odd or funny.
So rather than just when you get these certain very serious situations, you're thinking, well, the only realistic thing is for somebody to just die in this moment. But of course, it's a comedy, and you can't do that. So for me, a lot of these comedies that have the cops and robbers situations, they end up backing themselves into a corner where things get very serious, and then there's no appropriate way out of it.
I think that
disagree all you want.
If you think it's very serious, you didn't see the same movie I did. I understand what he's saying about a scene. You got guns and there's a hostage, or you're in a shootout and you're 4-2 or 5-2. But I mean, you could tell the whole thing was going to be funny the whole time. It wasn't.
I will say there's a huge quantity of people getting shot in the head, and it's very violent, and I don't think it doesn't gel with the humor at all. Now it's most people are going to be desensitized to that kind of thing, which is fine, but the way that's portrayed is as if it's completely serious, and it would fit right into a completely serious gangster movie or heist movie or anything like that. So it seems very unnecessary.
Well, they do start it with the serious cop feel.
Right.
They do at the beginning. Something happens. And then 6 months later type of thing. So they want to continue that to make it seem like a serious cop movie.
Sure.
But, you can't just... You can't. They did it. So there's, the shootouts with the bad guys are... It's like Rush Hour or something. But, the punchlines are even bigger in Rush Hour, I think. But the whole movie is like nonstop like that. It's pretty funny, and the dealings with the actual Uber driver... I drove Uber and Lyft for a while there when it first began and trying different things out. And a lot of the situations are funny. It relates, but not a lot. Pretty soon it's just him and Bautista the whole time. And you know what? I think Bautista's making a pretty big move, to be honest with you. He's turning into like a grade B Rock.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
Like
that's what he's trying for.
WWE
It's really interesting that you mentioned Rush Hour, because essentially what they're doing is that kind of a pairing, this very odd couple, right? These two extremes. But they're modernizing it by bringing Uber into the fold. This is something that this generation, these newer audiences, will really relate to much more than we can. Of course, you said you're an Uber.
And like social media.
So, whereas when you go back and watch something like Rush Hour, there's no technology in that kind of a film. So this is, what they're doing is serving audiences that want to be able to associate with modern technology.
Well, there's a heavy use of FaceTime and Twitter and things like that.
Yeah, social media
to try and make jokes out of it.
It's very much a 2019 movie. So
it's made for that.
Exactly. And you can imagine 10 years from now, this movie won't have the same, vibe, because it'll be outdated at that point.
I think it might last. Who knows what the technology is going to be. There's a whole other video. But, overall, we don't want to take up too much of your time. Again, if you like this type of video, please sub and tell us what you think. Give us a like. Check out these guys, GoneWithTheTwins.com, and a new channel they're setting up on YouTube. And they don't usually give a number or grade, but they have a great written review. I'll give you mine. I don't know, a 6 out of 10. But, I mean, anything over 5 is decent. And I laughed a lot. There were some pretty funny jokes. And there was one joke that I want to tell right now, but I'm not going to. We didn't really spoil anything either, so.
No, yeah.
Non-spoiler review, I think. We'll go for that. See what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Okay, thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Hey, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, please hit that like button and subscribe now. Here's another video for your sickness entertainment. Have a great one. Bye-bye.